Welcome back. In this video we're going to look at changing the behavior of an object, and the way we do that is by changing the state of an object. So you learn how to basically write your own method that can change the instance's behavior, and we complete our introduction to this journey of objects by adding methods to our class definition. Okay, so reviewing our car example, we now have the intention of simulating the environment of a car speeding up or braking, and we want to do that by using a new method. And the current state now for this car 1 and car 2 is the values we have for brand and position. So for example, car 1, its state is defined by Mercedes and London, and car 2, Mercedes and Bristol. So they have the same values or the same attributes, but the values are different. Now, if you remember, we mentioned that the class definition consists of a class name, optional constructor, and an optional set of methods. Now, my intention here is that I want to actually increase this state and say that every car should also have a current speed. And this is important for me because I want to actually keep track of the car's speed. And I'm going to do that by passing in a new argument called current speed and assign it to a new instance attribute. Now I have a new contract here saying that I have 3 arguments. This also means I need to change the class or the call to the class here. And I'm going to do that by saying this car 1 should start at speed 0, and this one will start at, it's already out somewhere, so it might have 80. So this is just for the purpose of demonstration. We can have the representation in kilometers or miles per hour. It doesn't really matter for this example. So I'm gonna correct this one as well. In current speed will be assigned to the self current speed attribute. So now we have objects that are consist or has 3 attributes, and notice I didn't have to recreate the objects. So the next step now is to create a new method, and I want to simulate something called a speed up. So I write the method, enter, and then I'm going to simulate this by saying that every time I call the current speed, that will increase the value by 5. So see what I've done here. I've taken the current value, increased it by 5, and assigned it to the current speed attribute. And then we can also do a demonstration of how this method works. So we take the car 1 object dot, and we see that we have speed up here, which is available for us. Now I'm going to simulate this also by printing the current speed before calling speed up, and then I'm going to demonstrate it by calling it afterwards and see what will be the values. We see here we have first 0 and then 5, which correctly reflects our intention here that in my game or program, when the speed up is called, I'm changing the current speed of the car 1. So this is unique for every object. And if I would go ahead and type this for the second object, car2, I've not affected that speed. And this also goes back to every object has its own state. We have the same attributes, which are brand, position, and current speed. However, their values is what makes the objects unique. Okay, so let's do another one. We can have a new method called self, or sorry, have a new method called break, and that one will do exactly the same thing, but it will just decrease the speed. And this could be like some, I don't know, 1. It doesn't have to be 5. It's up to my intention as a programmer. And I'll leave that to you to test this out. And I hope you've enjoyed this and learned that in order to create objects, we can create their methods and basically rewrite their behavior or change their state by introducing this behavior.